Hi everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to our first ever restaurant review vlog. So we're just sitting here talking about sort of how we're going to do this. We haven't done restaurant reviews before, but we thought we would give it a bit of a go. So we're going to rate, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I'm going to rate 8. Gosh.
Rate 8.
That's it. That's a bit of a tongue twister to say. We're going to rate 8 of the restaurants that we ate at in Vegas. There's going to be 5 things we're going to give them a rating on. Nat will give her rating, I'll give mine, and then we'll give the average at the end. So there's 5 parts that we're going to rate. So it'll be the service, the food quality, the portion sizes, the price, and the ambiance of the restaurant. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. And I think I've sort of listed these in the order that we went to them all in. So you should be able to follow that along from our vlogs. So first one we went to was Papi Steak.
Yep.
So the new steak restaurant at Fontainebleau. They've got 2 steak restaurants there, Papi Steak and Don's Prime. It was our first time eating there. We haven't been to Don's Prime either, but from what I've seen, they're very different dining experiences. What was your overall thoughts of Papi Steak?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
I liked the steak was well done, which is how I like it. They didn't judge me because I wanted it
No,
well
they
done.
didn't judge her.
And all the sides were really nice too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So let's go with the service rating first. What would you give them out of 5 for that?
So I gave them 5.
I gave them 5 as well. The food quality,
5.
I would definitely give a 5 for that. Portion sizes,
5.
5. I give a 5 for that. Price rating,
I gave 4
yeah,
because it was probably one of our more expensive meals, but
I did rate that a 4 as well.
yeah.
And what about the ambiance?
I gave it a 5. I mean, it was quite loud in there, but it was also a fun atmosphere with the, when anyone ordered the $1,000,
The suitcase steak.
Yeah. It was a bit of fun.
I've given it a 4, and the only reason I think that I rated it down a little bit, it was just a little bit dark.
Yeah, it was a bit dark.
Yeah, I loved the atmosphere. I loved the music they played and the vibe that it brought when the suitcases came out. I thought that was going to be a huge gimmick. Well, I mean, it is a gimmick, but, I didn't think we'd even see, I thought maybe we'd see one, and maybe we're about 6 times. So there was a lot of money spent in there. But I just thought it was just a little bit dark. But overall, loved it. The steak was incredible. Probably one of the best steaks that I've had in Vegas. As you said, they cooked it exactly how we wanted. Like, I've been to steak restaurants before where I've asked for medium and it's been overcooked. But I think the sides were a real standout as well. The whipped potatoes were just silky smooth and creamy. But I think my absolute favourite in the sides was the mac and cheese. That was incredible. So, look, overall, total average rating out of 5, that comes in at a 4.7. So, would we go back?
Yeah.
I'd absolutely go back. Yep, no hesitation there. So now we move on to Din Tai Fung. So we have been to Din Tai Fung quite a few times. We love it. We went for lunch. It was great. We had another couple with us, so we could order quite a bit off the menu, which is great because I think, when you go to a place like that, it's nice to be able to order, decent quantities of food off the menu so you can have a taste of everything. So let's run through, what did you think of the service?
5.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never had bad service in Tai Fung ever. Food quality?
5.
Yeah. Definite 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Never had anything bad at all. Portion size?
Yeah, I gave 5 for that as well.
me too. It's not overly insane amounts of food. For a table of 4, I think, you know, the amount that comes out is a great size. Price rating?
Now, look, I gave a 5, but I struggled with the price ratings on all of them because Rachel just pays the bill.
I do pay the bill.
Like, with my money as well. But she just always...
I just take...
so I generally don't know how much things cost, so... Yeah.
I gave it a 4. Look, I think they are probably a higher end dumpling restaurant. But yeah, I think price wise, again, they're at the higher end of what you sort of would pay for dumplings. Like, you know, you can go out to a lot of places, you know, you go to Chinatown in any of your, you know, major cities and whatnot, and you won't pay anywhere near those prices. Look, they're probably strip prices, but yeah, look, I've given a 4 out of 5 on that one. And the ambiance,
I gave a 5.
I gave a 5. I think it's a really beautiful setting in there. It's not too loud, it's open, it's bright. You can see outside, beautiful big windows. And yeah, it was just, it's always a great dining experience there, from, you know, the dumplings to the pork ribs. We tried the noodles, the cucumber salad, the chocolate mochi dessert, all of it. You know, it comes out quick. It's hot. It's got lots of flavour. I would go back to Din Tai Fung every trip to Vegas. Yeah, and it surprises me that probably this is one of your best rated restaurants, because Nat's actually not a big fan of dumplings or too much variety in Asian food. And for you to rate it so high,
because I found a few things there that I do like. So
I'm really glad I made you go there a couple of years ago. So overall rating then, average out of 5, we've given a 4.9. So I think it's definitely definitely worth a 4.9. So next we move on to Carbone. So this was our very first visit to Carbone. We've heard some amazing things about it. We've seen quite a few vlogs, and a lot of people rave about Carbone. We have some mixed thoughts on Carbone. Yeah, look, we had a big, we did have a big group of people, so we were at quite a big table, but I think overall it was a very loud place.
Very loud.
Very, very loud. Let's run through our ratings and then we can get into that a bit more. So we'll start with the service.
So 4.
Yeah. I did rate them a 5. I thought their service was excellent. I really couldn't fault anything with it. I thought they were very quick to come around and take our orders and bring our food and everything like that. Food quality.
I gave a 3, but that's probably more just me and my fussiness, if not
your own personal preferences. Yeah.
Like, it was nice, but it wasn't, I wouldn't rave. And say I had to go there and have it again. Yeah.
Because they didn't have enough variety on the menu, or
probably like, that
you would eat. Yeah. I actually rate the food a 5. I couldn't fault anything that we had. I think the complimentary antipasto that they brought out at the start was a beautiful touch. So the focaccia and the parmesan, the salami and the pickled cauliflower, and never in my life would I have thought to pickle cauliflower, and it was incredible.
That's right.
I saw your nose curl up a little bit there. And then I think I had the vodka rigatoni, which I think was cooked to perfection. Like, it was a tiny bit spicy, but it was just, to me, I couldn't fault that. And I tasted your tortellini as well, and I thought it was pretty great. So yeah. What are we looking at next? Portion size?
4.
Yeah. I've given a 5 on that because I don't think it was an over the top ridiculous amount of pasta. Like, I hate the food wastage. And we can waste a lot of food when we go to Vegas, and I just thought that the portion sizes on this were probably just right. Price rating?
I gave it 3, but again, I took a stab in the dark.
Look, to be honest, I don't remember exactly what we paid because we just basically split the bill between the table because we all basically had the same thing.
Yeah.
I did give it a 4 out of 5. I know it's one of the more popular restaurants. I didn't think it was way over the top as far as pricing goes. So yeah, 4 out of 5 for me. And I think this next one is what, for us, let it down.
Yeah.
And that's the Ambiance.
I gave it 2.
Yeah. I was being a little bit generous and gave a 3. And the pure reason for it is the noise.
Yeah.
It is so loud.
Very, very loud.
And it's not, I don't know if it was just the noise of all the people in there or... I don't know. I've never been in a restaurant before that is so loud. And it was really difficult to have conversations with people around the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that kind of let the experience down a little bit for both of us. And I think a few others maybe in our party as well. So would I go again for the food? I probably would. But... that noise would turn me away, and maybe if it was just the two of us sitting at the bar, then that'd be okay. So overall rating that we have given Carbone out of 5 is a 3.8. Next we've got Primrose at Park MGM. We had breakfast there. Again, heard a lot of good things about Primrose. I think a lot of people, when they stay there, do have breakfast there. So, oh gosh, I don't even remember what I had. I had an omelette.
I think I just had my standard.
Yeah, Nat has a standard breakfast.
Eggs and hash brown.
Yeah. Sorry, just need some coffee there. Okay, so if we talk about service.
I gave 4.
I did give a 4 as well. Lovely wait staff, very, professional and whatnot, but maybe just a tad slow. Look, it wasn't crazy busy when we were there.
No.
It was sort of a bit later in the morning. Food quality?
4.
I gave a 4. Look, I thought it was decent food as far as breakfast goes. Portion sizes?
I gave a 4.
4?
Can't remember why.
Because you don't want to give 5s?
Maybe.
Look, I have rated that a 5. I didn't think it was too over the top, massive, big for a breakfast. Price rating?
Again, I really had no idea, so I just went middle of the road and gave a 3 again.
I gave a 3 on this because I actually did think for breakfast they were a little bit pricey.
I see, I was on the money.
You were on the money there. And Ambiance?
A 4.
I gave a 4 as well. Look, I don't think there was anything at all wrong with the Ambiance. No. It was a really lovely setting, beautiful restaurant. Look, I probably would go back to Primrose again if I was staying at Park. But I think there's probably a lot of other places out there that we haven't been to that we should try before I would go back there again. I don't think it's a must go to every trip. So total overall average out of 5 is 3.9. Next one we actually ate at a couple of times, and again this one is at Park, and it's LaLa Noodle. So the first time we ate there was with Gillian, John and Steve and Amanda, which was great because we could order quite a few dishes for the table. We had the pad thai, we had the beef noodles, we had there was a noodle soup, we had a cucumber salad, not a cucumber, the beans. The beans, we had dumplings. So it was great because we could try quite a variety. And then the second time when Nat and I went back, I think we went with one of the same noodle dishes that we had that first time because we loved it so much. All right, so service rating for LaLa Noodle?
5.
Same. I thought the service was excellent. It was it was quick. It was and every time we've been there, the service has been fantastic. Food quality?
5.
Definitely agree on that one.
Yeah.
Everything is fresh and tasty and really good. Portion size?
5.
Again,
Yeah.
me, I'm a 5 too. The dishes for sharing, were perfect size, that 6 of us all got a decent amount out of each dish. Look, when it was just the 2 of us, we probably had a bit left over, but sometimes we order a bit too much food as well. Because again, you just sort of want to have a bit of a taste of everything. Price rating?
I went 5.
I did too, because I think for a strip property, they're not ridiculously priced at LaLa Noodle. Like the group of 6 of us, the amount of food that we had, and I think we paid about $60 per couple with drinks as well. And that's a really great price for a strip restaurant. And the ambiance,
I said 4.
I've given them a 4 on that as well. I don't have any issues with the ambiance. Maybe it's a little on the small side. Look, I don't know. There was nothing wrong with the ambiance. I don't think it's sort of an outstanding sort of atmosphere. But anyway, total average rating out of 5 is 4.8. So definitely a really solid restaurant, and definitely somewhere that I would go back to again and again.
Yeah.
Probably in almost every trip kind of thing.
Yeah.
Next, Mother Wolf. Mother Wolf. This one was probably top of my list as far as restaurants go. And again, everybody has raved about Mother Wolf. I've seen it, since they opened. I've seen it on so many vlogs, and I don't think I've seen anybody with a bad word about it. Yeah. All right, we'll start with our service rating.
5.
5. I would agree. I think our waiter was fantastic.
Yeah.
Very attentive. Took his time to explain things off the menu. Bought us free dessert. Even though we said no maybe 3 times. No, but he was lovely. Food quality?
5.
5. Absolute.
Yeah.
Like, if I could give it more than 5, I probably could have, because I made up these ratings. Everything was incredible. You would have seen from the vlog, if you've watched the vlog, the focaccia bread is
that was great.
probably the best bread I've eaten in my life.
Yeah.
But the salad that we had, it was absolutely drowned in Parmesan cheese, which I love. You can never have too much. But even down to the pizza.
Yeah.
I think with the pasta, it was a little bit strong for you. But I thought the pasta was amazing. Yeah. Everything that we had was just, I can't find anything wrong with any of it. Portion size?
5.
Yeah. Not too big, not too small.
Yeah.
Like when the pasta first came out, you sort of looked at it and thought, it is a little bit small in size. But because of the fact that we'd had, appetizers and we had the margarita pizza as well, we didn't need any more. Well, we didn't even eat all the pasta. So we definitely didn't need any bigger. Price rating?
I said 4.
Yeah.
Just because it was probably one of the expensive ones too.
Yeah, look, I thought it was going to be more expensive than what it was. So I've actually given it a price rating of a 5 because I was expecting that it would cost us more money. And we both had wine, and actually I had a couple of wines. And so to have the 2 appetizers and 2 entrees and then 3 wines for the price we paid, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll put in a copy of the receipt so you can see. I expected that we would spend more than that, so I gave it a 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Average out of 5, that one's come in as a 4.8.
You didn't do.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. So, ambiance.
I said 4.
Yeah.
Just because Yeah, it might have been a bit loud too. Was it loud in there?
I think we were kind of backed onto the bar where we were sitting, and you were sort of right behind the bar, whereas I sort of sat to the side of you, so maybe I didn't get that that noise. I've actually given the ambiance a 5.
Yeah.
I think the layout, the way it's decorated, everything, the seats, I loved the open kitchen as well. So from where we were seated, we could see into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I always love when I can see into a kitchen and see everybody hard at work and make sure that they're not,
spitting in your food.
Spitting in the food. No. So yeah, look, 4.8 out of 5. And again, I would go back to Mother Wolf. And I would recommend to anybody, especially if you're staying at Fontainebleau, don't skip on Mother Wolf. All right, we've got 2 more here. This one I'd been wanting to go to for a long time, and this is SW Steak at Wynn.
Yep.
So we were very, very lucky with where we got seated. When I made the reservation, I just said to them, it's the first time that we're dining here. If we could have a seat on the patio, that would be amazing. And to get that seat on the railing was incredible. So loved everything. I won't say I loved everything, actually. The steak was amazing. The sear on the outside of the steak, I think I probably liked better. Pardon me. I probably liked that better than Papi Steak.
Yep.
What let them down?
The sides.
The sides.
The potato.
Yeah.
Which the girl at the rewards desk when we were getting our new cards before we went for dinner, and we said that we were going there for dinner, she raved about the potato. Oh, it's the best thing ever, blah, blah, blah. And Rachel and I both, like, when we tasted it, we're like,
I found it really under-seasoned.
Yeah.
It was bland. Like, it looked amazing when it came out, but it was just bland.
Yeah.
I loved with a lot of the sides on the menu that you could actually get a half serving. So our server let us know which ones came as a half serving, which was great because instead of $20 per side, it was 10.
Yeah.
So the potatoes didn't come as a half serving.
No.
But when we got the mac and cheese, we had a half serving of that. And that was good, but not as good as Papi Steak was. The short rib ravioli though that we had as an appetizer was fantastic, and I could probably eat that as a main. And the dessert was, although I didn't eat much of the dessert because I was pretty full by then. I'm glad we tried it though. So, all right, overall service rating.
So I gave a 5 for service.
So did I.
Yeah.
Couldn't fault it.
Yeah.
Like, we had a lovely server, and again, to explain to us, about the half servings and everything like that was fantastic. Food quality?
I gave a 4 because the sides let them down a bit.
Yep, I agree. Totally. If it hadn't have been for that, it would have been a 5 because the steak was outstanding.
Yeah.
I'd go there for the steak, but portion size?
I gave a 4 again for that.
I've given a 5 for the fact that you could do the half serve, which I thought was great. Price?
I gave a 4.
I've given a 4 as well. I know that they're a very highly rated restaurant, but 2 people with 1 shared appetizer, a steak each, the smallest steak each, really 1.5 sides, 1 dessert, 1 glass of wine and 1 Coke, and it was $300 before tip. And I think that's getting a little bit expensive. It's Vegas, it's strip prices. We were fully prepared that it was going to cost a lot. Look, I think the great thing was, that we got to see the Lake of Dreams show 4 times. So if I want to compare it back to when we went to the Mayfair Supper Club a few years ago and we spent $300 on a meal there, I think this was $300 better spent at SW Steak, absolutely. Ambiance?
I gave a 5.
So did I.
Probably would have been different if we didn't have the seats that we had, but Yeah.
Yeah, I think right on that railing,
Yeah.
right on that Lake of Dreams, just absolutely made it.
Yeah.
It probably topped off the experience for us. So total average rating out of 5, that's come in at 4.5. All right, so the last one that we've got here is another new one for us as well. And this was the Eiffel Tower brunch at Paris. So this is the first time that we've eaten at the Eiffel Tower restaurant, full stop. So we chose the brunch, which was a 3-course prefix menu. I think there was about 4 options on each course. $59. I'll check the receipt. It was either 59 or 69. Service rating.
5.
Absolutely agree. It was just incredible service. We did pay the extra to sit right at the front in the window view, so 25 each extra. We thought if it's the only time we're going to go there, we should sit there. The way we were escorted to our seats, partway through the meal, I needed to go to the restroom. I stopped our server as he went past and asked him where it was, and he actually got me up and walked me to the restroom, like escorted me the whole way there. And I've never had that happen in a restaurant ever before. So service was absolute top notch. Food quality?
5.
I gave it 5 as well. Everything was like the creamy French onion soup.
Yeah, that was good.
I've had French onion soup before. I've never had creamy French onion, and that was just incredible. Portion size.
I gave it 5.
I gave it 5 too.
Yeah.
Because?
Well, because there was the 3 courses. They weren't overly huge or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you have a big appetite, they might not quite be big enough for you. But, you know, again, we do waste a lot of food. So for us, there wasn't a lot of wastage with this one.
No.
I think the portion sizes were perfect when it was a 3-course meal. The price rating?
I gave it 4.
Yeah.
Probably because I didn't really know how much it cost.
Maybe I should have just rated the prices.
Yeah, probably.
Look, I've given a 5 because, it was 3 courses. There's not many places that you could go for a 3-course meal. And I know it's brunch, but it certainly, you know, we didn't really need to eat much for the rest of the day after having that. You know, and to have the view that we did, again, we paid the extra for the view, but, you know, one of the, you know, better rated restaurants again in Vegas, mid-strip. I just think that price was, great, and I would probably pay it again and do that again so we could try other things that were on the menu. And the ambiance.
5.
Definite 5 for me as well. It wasn't too loud or noisy. You know, just a beautiful setting. Everything about it was just a great experience. So, thoroughly enjoyed that. Again, would go back again and do that, and recommend it to anybody who's thinking about it. So our total rating out of 5 was 4.9. So that was probably one of our top rated ones as well. Yeah. All right, I've got 2 questions for you. Out of Papi Steak or SW Steak, which one was your favourite if you had to go back to one?
Papi Steak.
Papi Steak?
Yeah.
Because?
I enjoyed all the food.
Yeah.
Much more than at SW Steak.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. I've gone for Papi Steak as well. Look, 2 totally different experiences as far as ambiance goes, but as far as service and food go, service was fantastic at both, but I think the food at Papi was just better. And probably price-wise, I think a tad more reasonable as well. So, Papi Steak for me. And then favourite Italian out of Carbone or Mother Wolf?
Mother Wolf.
Yeah, hands down for me. I think that was my top rated. Let me see, where's Mother Wolf? Mother Wolf and Eiffel Tower Brunch are my 2 top rated. I gave them all 5s. So But all in all, some
Yeah.
fantastic restaurants, quite a few new ones for us. We get a bit territorial when we
Yeah.
find food that we like. So obviously we've been to Din Tai Fung quite a few times now. We've been to LaLa Noodle a few times. But it was really great to get in quite a few new places for this vlog. So we'll definitely be looking out for some new ones again for our next trip. So if you've got any suggestions for us of places we should try, so obviously we like steak restaurants, we like Asian, we like Italian, but by all means drop us a message down below in the comments or Instagram, Facebook. Let us know some of your favourites so we can add them to our wish list of places to try. All right, well, thank you everybody for watching our restaurant review. We hope we've been able to give a bit of insight if you were thinking about visiting some of these places. And yeah, we might do this again next time.
We might do a cheap eats one next time.
Oh, hey, that's a good idea. That's a really good. Actually, if I do a solo trip, that'd probably be probably a better one for a solo traveller to do. I mean, I've got no problems with sitting in a restaurant by myself anyway. But yeah, look, you know, cheap eats for those on a bit of a budget as well, because not everybody can afford to go out and have, you know, $300 dinners and we certainly don't have $300 dinners every night.
No.
You know, this trip was probably one of the ones where we had more expensive meals because we had so many friends there in Vegas that, you know, we dined out with and whatnot. Usually we would only maybe do kind of 2 higher end in an 11-day trip, but no, cheap eats is definitely a great idea. And there is actually one thing that I want to shout out while we're talking about cheap eats. Can you figure out what it is?
The pizza at Fontainebleau.
Oh my god. And look, for pizza it's not that cheap. I paid $15.50 a slice. But it's incredible. You would have seen me say it in the vlogs. Hands down, best pizza I've had in my life. So that's another place I'll be going back to every trip. So yeah, maybe we'll kind of review those kind of cheaper food options in the future. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.